Guys, welcome to this new video tutorial on JavaScript. So now I have decided that we will be making some content on JavaScript and web development and so on. So this is my first effort in that direction, and the content that we are going to see in this video is about JavaScript higher order functions. So higher order functions are functions that operate on other functions by taking them as arguments or even returning them as arguments, and they enable you to write more expressive code in JavaScript, and it is very much modular. You can read it very nicely. So some famous JavaScript higher order functions are map, reduce, filter, then for each. So these are some of them. You will mostly use them when you are coding in JavaScript. So in this video, I'll show you some examples how you can use these functions in your day-to-day coding activities. So let's start with the first function here. The first function that I will be showing you is the map function. So always remember that map function will return whatever is the size of the argument passed to it. So let's say we have an argument here. So this is a constant called as number. This is an array of few numbers, and we are passing this to a map function. So map function takes an argument and it applies some kind of operation on it. So here we are using an arrow function to define that whatever number is passed in the map, you multiply it with by 5, and then this expression, entire expression, is stored in this other variable, other constant doubled. So let's see how it looks like. So first of all, to run this type of code, I've saved it in JS format. So you will need Node version, Node installed. So let's see, I have Node or not. Yeah, I have actually Node. So if you don't have Node, you need to first install that first. So I have Node already installed in my system. All right. So let's run the code. Node map.js. So you see, this is how map function works. So it will multiply every element of it and then give you the output. Let's check the second example. So here we have an array of strings. Okay, hello world, JavaScript, whatever, whatever. So now what map is doing here, it is taking that argument, it is converting every argument to uppercase. So this is an uppercase function here. So let's see if that is done or not. So yeah, it does it very well. Hello world, JavaScript. Cool. Let's see the third example. The third example here, we have a JSON, we have a list of JSONs here inside, like an array of what I can say JSONs. So this is an array of JSONs which has name and price in it, and we are mapping every product. So your product will be this entire JSON. All right. So this entire JSON, out of this entire JSON, they want the just the product name, and we want to log that product names out of this entire array of JSONs. So let's see. So see now what we got from the output is that we got the names. As I said, that map will always return you the equal length of the input. So here in the input we had three elements, 1, 2 and 3, and even in the output we got three elements. So this is how map works. Always remember, map will return you the equal length of the input element. All right, let's go to the next example. So the next example is of the higher order function called as filter. So as the name suggests, it is going to be helpful in filtering tasks. So let's see the first example. We have numbers here, an array of numbers, and we are going to filter basically. So here we are applying numbers.filter, and we are taking in an argument that is every element of this, and we are applying the expression here. So it is expression that is number modulo 2. If that is absolutely equal to 0, that means the number is divisible by 2. Only then show that number or keep that number in the list, or else you can remove it. So let's run this filter.js. So you see now two elements are present, 2 and 4, correct? So this is how filter works. So let's see more example of filter. So using filter, you can even pass custom designed function. So here, like there is a function called as isPrime, which is declared here, which will take in arguments from the input that is passed, and it will like check in the condition for prime numbers or not. So simply if the number is divisible by I and is absolutely equal to 0, then it will return false. All else, like basically the condition which checks that what is the condition to make a number prime, that the number should be only divisible by 1 or itself or not. Correct. So this is the conditions, and this are like you can directly pass it in the filter in the form of a function here directly. So the numbers filter and the function, and it will give you the output and return the array here. So let's run this node filter js. All right, so you see that these are the prime numbers 2, 3, 5, and 7. Let's see the third example of filter. So simply we have an array of JSONs in the form of, like, it is regarding some products, and the name of the product and the price, and simply I want to filter out the price of all the products that are less than 500 or equal to 500. So which are those products? Phone and tablet, right? So you can use the filter method on the product. We pass in the argument and the expression, that is that product price should be less than equal to 500. So we get all the elements whose price is less than or equal to 500 in the array, output array. Cool. So this was some examples about filter. Now let's see the third one, that is reduce. So reduce is a little tricky, or I can say little different higher order function. So always remember that whatever you will pass to reduce, it will not give you the equal length of the input element, but it will process the input element and give you a single output. So let's see the example. Here we have numbers here, and I want to get the sum of these numbers. So what I can do is that so one is the initial value of the result, that is ACC. So here ACC is equal to 0. Okay, so in the start ACC is equal to 0. And what we are doing is that every element in this number will be added to it again and again, and it will reduce the result and give you the output as sum. So let's see if reduce works or not. Node reduce.js. So you see that all the elements that were present in this reduce function, like all the elements that were present in the list, are now added using the reduce function. So this is how reduce works. So you need to pass in two arguments to reduce always. All right, let's see the other example. So here I have products. Okay, products, array of products which has name and price. And using reduce, I want to get the price of all the elements. All right. So first of all, the argument is set to 0. By default, we have set this to 0. And what we are doing is that in every iteration, it will add to the product price. Product is what? This is the internal argument. So this is the first product, this is the second product, this is the third product. And using product dot price, we are trying to get the price. And the price, like, this will operate in key value pair. So we'll get the price here, right? So let's try to run this thing. So you see that we get 1800 here. So that is 1000 plus 500 plus 300. Now let's say if we set this price to something initially, let's say like 500, and we try to run it. So you see that now we are getting 1800 plus 500 because we have set the default argument of this ACC argument as 500. So this is how reduce works. All right, so let's see the next function. The next function is for each, and as the name suggests, it is used to iterate over and data object or data structure. So here we have a list simple. If you want to just iterate over it and just print console log it, you can use the for each. So in using for each, you can get the output in just single line of function. So let's run the for each and see. It is just like the for loop printing something. So it will take the argument, it will just perform an operation on every argument, like printing and all. Let's see the next example. So here we have an array again, and we are printing the price here. So using the name dot price, that is getting the key price, and we are printing the value of it. for each of the name, for each of this name, right? So this is how. Oh, some issue. What is the issue? Oh, it is not device, it is color. So device. All right, this is done. Let's rerun it. So we get all the price here. Simple as that, right? So these were the four main higher order functions that are extensively used in JS programming in JS programming in web development, and you will be also using it in, like, let me know how you use it in the comment section below. So there are some other ways also, like you can define custom JS functions also. Like let's say you want to define a custom map or you want to define a custom filter, so you can do that. For example, let's check out this example. Here we have numbers and we are defining a custom function here regarding map. So this is the function. It takes two arguments. One is the array and the function itself. So we are passing that this is the array and this is the function. All right. The expression is that number is should be like multiplied by the number itself. So we want to get the square of the number, and we are passing it to this custom map function. In that we are again like opening a declaring an empty list, and we are putting everything in the for loop and pushing the result inside the empty list here. So push method will push the result inside the list and it will finally return the result. So this is how you can actually modify the map function. And let's see if it does the job or not. Yeah, it does the job very well. So this is for map, like the higher order function, which is like custom made. And like let's check the filter one also. This is the custom filter that we have defined here, which takes in two argument, that is the numbers and the condition. So the condition is that the number should be a modulo divisible by 2 and it should be absolutely equal to 0. So basically filtering out even numbers. All right. So we get it with the help of this custom made filter function too. So this was what I wanted to show you in this video. I hope that whatever examples that I have shown you in this video regarding map, filter, reduce for each example are clear to you. And if you have any doubts regarding the same, feel free to write in the comment section below. Let me know how you find my videos in the comment section below. And we will see more JavaScript content in future from my side, and we'll be going for more advanced topics also. So let's stay connected and see you next time.